Hi, this is Josh in Northwest Michigan. I just wanted to give you my quick impressions of the new Shinn boards. The 2025s, after a long break from making boards, Mr. Shinn is back and yeah, doing it well again. So just a quick little note, I'm not a dealer, don't work for a dealer. I think it's important for these independent reviews. These are gonna be my quick impressions of the boards. If you want more specific details and specs, watch the original release of these boards by K2 Sports, Mike and Mr. Mark Shinn. They do a good job of breaking down the specs of each board a little bit better than I'm gonna do. Mine's just more kind of my riding impressions. And I'm not gonna bore you with my footage of my lame ass jumps and all rolls or whatever, tricks I can do. Definitely we'll talk about each board and give you my impressions. First up is the Munker, AKA the Monk. I rode the 142/43, kind of my standard sizing. The biggest difference in the boards, it's got a lot of the same channeling and shape. They're longer, it's down to longer sizes. The makeup of the board is a little bit different now. It's a lighter wood, and then also I think some carbon fiber composite, so it's a little bit stiffer. So it means you can edge the board a little bit better, and it carves, really a little bit better than the older models. Overall, just probably a better overall board than the previous Monks. Before the old Monks, I would ride in the light to medium wind. I'm riding this in the heavier medium winds now. And one of the things that's never really talked about with the Monks, or the Munker, is it's a fantastic wave board. Because it's so playful and fun and smooth, buttery smooth. Riding, waves on the big lake here in Lake Michigan is really fantastic and fun. And it's great because then you get out past the brakes and you get that chop. This handles the chop really well. So overall, just a better board. Overall, more well-rounded board than the previous Monks. Definitely noticeable when you hop on one. Next one is the Dalton. This is the 144/43. You can see some of the shaping. Now this is a hybrid of the Ronson and the Absinthe. And my first impression on my first tack was it felt really similar to the Absinthe because it's their carbon fiber board. Like the Absinthe, before the Bronx, when the Absinthe came out, it was the first carbon fiber board in the Shinn lineup that I got on, and it felt really comfortable under feet, had a really good feel and flex to it. Unlike the previous Bronx were a little bit more rigid. So it has that quality of the Absinthe, which was really kind of a breakthrough, I think, in the carbon boards for the Shinn boards. And so, it's gonna do everything well. It's got the edging of the Ronson. That's where you're gonna notice the Ronson, is that edging and that pop. So you definitely can get a feel for both of those boards in this board. So it's my go-to board when I don't know where I'm gonna be riding. And it handles all the conditions fantastic. So you had to just pick one board, that would be the one I would throw in there. And being carbon, it moves. It's a fast board, so definitely worth trying. All right, last but not least, the Baracus. I've got the 136/40. Now, when I originally was gonna buy this board, I was gonna get the biggest size. It's 140 something. And Mike from K2 Sports was like, no, we're not even producing the big ones yet because the best board size in that particular model is the smallest one. I'm like, well, I weigh almost 100 kg, 215 pounds. I'm like, my God, that's a lot of money for me to spend on a board that is not gonna, fit me. And he's like, trust me, for the best results with that board, get the smaller size. And so I did, and he was right. It's a fantastic board. You don't notice you're riding a smaller board. It has similar shaping to the ADHD, but it is not the ADHD. It's much more playful and a better sort of all-around board. More maneuverable than the ADHD. It is a heavy, stiffer board. But it was the first time I used it. It was really big, gnarly wind day, gusting over 40, getting teabagged on my other boards, threw that on, didn't switch my kite, and was able to hold an edge down. So definitely session saver, and then you can just rip an edge, especially if you get some flat water or slick somewhere. Definitely worth having this board in your quiver, because you can just haul ass and really carve that edge and get massive pop with this board. So if you're in the big air, definitely worth having in your quiver. And you know, it's surprisingly playful, and I don't know if it's because of the shorter sizes, but definitely a surprise, and especially in the smaller sizes, or the smaller size that I got. Definitely have a use for this, so definitely check this one out too. All right, to wrap up with, I just wanted to talk, you know, it's been a few years since we've had new Shinn boards to ride. So I was really excited when these boards came out. And I know that Mr. Shinn went through some difficulties with his board company. And I would never wish any ill, you know, will or anything bad to anyone, but I would say the break from making boards, you know, these new boards are definitely refined more and another level up in terms of performance. All of them, you know. So if I had to pick one board, I wouldn't. I'd pick all three if I had the means, because they all offer something a little bit different for the conditions you're riding, and they're all refined machines that are worth checking out. So definitely hit me up with comments or questions. Like the video if this was helpful to you. I will be doing another review of these when we get our heavy winds in October and November, when it really starts to ramp up, especially the Baracus. I want more time on that to get a better feel and kind of break it in a little bit. But yeah, I'll let you know my second impressions after riding a little bit longer. Peace.